Hello, hello. So today, God is saying, I've already put out words similar to this in the past, but this is kind of an updated message. Like, this is what He's saying is effective as of today, right? So this isn't like in the future, in the past. Like, it has to do with the past and the future, but this is what's currently going on right at this moment, okay? So the Lord is saying that He's put certain people in positions in the past. In the past, He had blessed certain individuals with a certain position. Now, this can stand true for those in government positions, political positions. Doesn't even have to be that grand, someone, anyone with money given. So the Lord is saying He's given certain individuals in the past, He's given them large amounts of money. Other individuals, He's given them status. Other individuals, He's given them a partnership or a relationship. Other individuals, He's given them some sort of a following, He gave them some sort of influence. And this can stand for whoever. And we've started to see already throughout the course of 2024 that we've started to see a lot of these individuals losing their positions, right? I'm not going to name people specifically, but we've seen certain celebrities that were had a pretty high status lose their misstep and trip and fall and lose their positioning, right? We've also seen people in government losing their positioning. We've also seen, and maybe not always those in the spotlight, but even in your own individual life, I know I personally have, there's people that are surrounding you that there's people that from in your personal circle or in your hometown or wherever you're from or whatnot that have a lot of followers, say. They're losing that positioning. They had a lot of popularity or status, or they had a certain ranking or positioning in society. They're losing that positioning. Maybe you had somebody who tried to take your partner from you and they successfully got the partner from you, but they've since lost their positioning with that partner. So this can look on a personal, individual scale with yourself, but this can also look like what you've been seeing in the media, right? And the Lord is saying He's not done. He's only just been getting started. As we know, this year has been a year of exposure, but we're only in the 7th month of this year. There's still, the 8th month, the 9th month, the 10th month, the 11th month, the 12th month to go. And we're going to continue as these months go by throughout summer, throughout fall, and winter. We're going to continue to see certain people in certain positions being basically fall out of their positioning, and then it goes a step further where then the Lord is replacing that positioning with somebody else that deserves that positioning more, okay? So what the Lord was showing me is, like, say for instance, the Lord has blessed certain individuals with just say millions of dollars. He's made them very wealthy, very rich, okay? When they were in that prominent position of status, wealth, and money, they didn't have a good heart. So they maybe had ego, they had pride, they were greedy, they didn't donate, they didn't care about their neighbor, it was just me. That person is going to lose their positioning, which then can in turn make them lose their wealth, right? And then somebody else is going to be blessed with that wealth. Because while that said person was in said position, somebody else was going through was going through lack and poverty and a hard time. So say the Lord blessed somebody with riches, they were in a wealthy position, just say for 5-10 years, just say, okay? Somebody else during that 5-10 years was in a impoverished lack, destitute type of energy, right? Simultaneously at the same time. The person that was in the lack energy had the good heart and would have been a good enough person to not be greedy, not be proud, to be more humble, to donate, to help, to be more charitable, philanthropic, whatnot, and they weren't given the opportunity or the chance. Not only could they not donate or help or be charitable, they couldn't even pay their own bills. They couldn't maybe buy rent and make bill payments at the same, or pay rent and make bill payments at the same time. They were like that hard up, right? But then simultaneously, this other person that the Lord had once upon a time in the past blessed, they just blew it. All the money, they didn't care, about others around them. You know what I'm trying to say? So here was someone with a proud heart that was mega blessed. Simultaneously, here's someone with a humble heart that was like feeling not blessed. The Lord is switching these two people. The one that has those riches is going to find themselves broke, and the person that was struggling is going to find themselves abundant. Another example, we'll talk about the politics, okay? There's people in political positions that the Lord blessed and gave them a platform, gave them a political position, and they didn't do the right thing with their position. And you have to remember, it's not like God just, he's saying the good Lord giveth and the good Lord taketh. That's what he just said. Okay. Thank you, Lord. So the Lord will give and the Lord will take. That's how the Lord moves, right? And the Lord is saying he gave these individuals many chances. It's not like he gave them some sort of a blessing, some sort of a positioning, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, you did one wrong thing, it's taken, it's gone. No, he gave them several, he tested them several times, right? Like, so there was this test, they failed. Okay, here's another test, they failed. Okay, here's another test, they failed. Okay, here's another test, they failed. Over and over and over again. Meanwhile, simultaneously, the Lord was testing these lesser off individuals that I spoke about, and they were passing the tests. It's just like when you're in school, right? If the teacher tests the whole class, all the students take the test. Some pass, some fail. The ones that continuously fail over and over again on their tests are not going to move to the next level, or they're going to maybe have certain, they'll be held back, or certain challenges, right? The ones that pass get to move forward. It's the same thing. The Lord was being the headmaster, teacher, testing the class, and some passed, some failed. Those who passed were in a lesser position, and those who failed were in a better off position. And so simply it just comes down to, you lost. Like those in the better position, they lost. They had the advantage, they had the upper hand, they had numerous chances, and they still couldn't get it together. So at what point, the teacher's not just going to keep giving that failing student all the same chances that the passing student had. It's not fair. It's not just, right? And so that the Lord moves in justice. So therefore, there's going to be a switcheroo. Say in the beginning of the school year, there was a child in the class that was doing really well. They were the teacher's pet, the teacher's favorite, but then all of a sudden they started to slack off and do poor. The teacher gave them chance after chance after chance, and they couldn't get it together no matter what the teacher did. Now we're getting to the end of the year. There's another student simultaneously that started out the year on not so great footing, but they buckled down, they worked hard, and now they're surpassing that student, right? What do you think that will happen now? The teacher's going to favor the latter before the former, right? At this point, right? So that's what the Lord's doing at this time. Going back to, like I said, about the government positioning, he blessed certain individuals with a political ranking. They didn't do their job very well of what they were supposed to do. So they're losing their positioning, and there's repositioning going on where the Lord is positioning somebody else, somebody that's a better candidate, a better fit, right? Same thing goes with even in your individual life. If there's, if you've been a good person, it doesn't matter what happened in the past. In the past, somebody was blessed with XYZ. You've since, in these last however many years, been buckling down, putting in the effort, putting in the work. You've been passing the test that the Lord has given you and this other individual. This other individual has been failing the tests. And this can be for numerous individuals. And this is on a big scale. Like, this is happening, like, all over. Like, globally, personally, individually, you know, with all of it. With Hollywood world, celebrity world, political world, and your own personal individual world, right, with those around you. And the person got everything. They had everything to their advantage, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't get it together. Meanwhile, so here they are with a whole loaf of bread, and they're still struggling to feed themselves and feed others. But here's you with some crumbs, and somehow you're managing to feed yourself off crumbs and feed those around you with the crumbs. Like, who should be more deserving of more bread? And that, you know what I'm trying to say? So that's how the Lord is, like, showing it to me. So the Lord is just saying is that He in the past had blessed certain individuals in various ways with advantageous things such as money, positions, relationships, status, power, you know, all kinds of things. And they didn't have clean hands or a pure heart, so therefore they didn't do the right thing with what the Lord gave them, right? And I put a prophetic word out on my channel back in, like, I think it was December 2023, in regards to the year 2024. And that's because the Lord had given me Psalm 24 for the year 2024. And in Psalm 24, it talks about how basically that the Lord is going to be overruling everything on the earth. And that's exactly what He's done all throughout 2024 and will continue to do throughout the rest of it. But that also those with clean hands and a pure heart will move forward, will have the advantage, will have the success. And that's exactly what's happening, is that there was people in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023 that didn't have clean hands and a pure heart and had certain doors open to them and opportunities, and because of that impure heart and clean and dirty hands, they could not carry it. And meanwhile, in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, there was other individuals that did have clean hands and a pure heart, but they didn't get that blessing at that time. And it was due to testing. And so the people that were the underdogs, they earned it. They earned that blessing. So that's why the Lord is going to bless them moving forward. And there's going to be a switcheroo and a repositioning going on. It's already been happening. It's going to continue to happen. Meanwhile, those that were in the current position are going to continue to lose their positioning. Okay. So yeah, I think that's basically pretty much the word. So if I hope this finds who it needs to find. I hope it blesses you. And if I get any more revelation on this, I will be back with another one. Take care and God bless.